first expedition through the unstable Jump node has yielded the most significant discovery since the Atankharzim. We have found another naezje subspace portal, the third such device known to have been built by the extinct civilization known as the Ancients. After all these uncounted seasons it still functions, though time has degraded many of its components and the subspace vortex it generates has lost coherence. Had the portal not by chance come back into partial alignment, we might never have learned about the Marniak system. The expedition's detection of two Shivan freighters complicates this discovery. The experience of previous Shivan incursions has taught us to treat our adversary with great respect and caution. Determining the extent of the Shivan presence in Marniak will be a high priority. Marniak itself is a massive black hole with an immense gravitational footprint, enabling intrasystem subspace jumps over a volume of space many times larger than that of any previously explored star. The system is rich in natural resources, and the GVSC Random has identified at least two other stable jump nodes within scanning range. Assuming access to the system can be secured, Marniak would provide bountiful opportunities for exploration, resource collection, and scientific study. The abundance of resources also provides a motivation for the Shivan presence in Marniak. For example, the unusually dense asteroid field near the naezje would enable productive mining to be carried out with a minimum of effort. If we can establish firm control over the Marniak system, we can deny the Shivan's vital resources and enrich ourselves with the same. The GVTA Security Council has been fully informed of these developments and has assigned this matter the highest priority. As it deliberates a course of action, the 8th Battle Group is developing a strategy for acquiring control of the naezje. Our research team has been ordered to find a way to repair the portal, and Dr. Raphah has already returned to Marniak aboard the GVSC Random to conduct more detailed investigations. Meanwhile, cruisers and fighter patrols will be deployed through the jump corridor as soon as the node allows. The GVSC Random has succeeded in partially recalibrating the naezje device, increasing the number and coherence of periods of subspace stability. Our research team has also developed several potential methods to mitigate the effects of the portal malfunction. Unfortunately, many of the components in the naezje are degraded beyond obvious repair, and the portal cannot be completely stabilized without their replacement. Diplomatic envoys have opened negotiations with the Gateway Project to determine whether any of the Delta Serpentis portal components could be adapted for this purpose. Fortunately, the increased frequency of stable periods has allowed the 8th Battle Group to begin a series of sorties into the Marniak system. We have established a perimeter around the naezje device, and fighter patrols are launching at regular intervals. Our objective is to establish as strong a military presence in the Marniak system as possible before the Shivans discover our intrusion. The instability of the subspace corridor constrains our actions. We dare not send more than one cruiser-sized vessel per stabilization cycle, and not every cycle permits even that. Nevertheless, with patience, we have successfully deployed the GVC Harthanet through the node. This vessel has taken a defensive position near the naezje. Dr. Raphah has determined that the incoherence of the portal's subspace vortex has the side effect of acting as a localized gravitational attractor, which led to the formation of a dense asteroid field at the portal's entrance. With the partial stabilization of the portal, these asteroids have begun to disperse. Consequently, the asteroid field is now somewhat safer to navigate, but cannot be relied upon to interfere with Shivan sensors or communications. To conceal our presence from the Shivans for as long as possible, Allied Command has transferred the GVA Tacitor to the Marniak system, preempting one of the cruiser deployment cycles. The Tacitor is equipped with a special-issue electromagnetic spectral diffractor array. The ESD is one of the fruits of the recovered ETAC project, enabling us to disrupt Shivan communications and sensors over a large volume of space. This will allow our forces to remain undetected so long as we let no incoming Shivan ship escape. The Tacitor will also augment the Random sensors, enhancing our detection of inbound freighter convoys. We are launching fighters to Marniac in rotating shifts, one wing per stabilization cycle. In general, a fighter wing will remain in the Marniac system for 2 stabilization cycles and then return to Beta Cygni, thus providing 2 overlapping patrols at all times. In this mission, you will participate in one such patrol. During this sortie, you will fly a Sigma wing. You will relieve Pi wing and share the first half of your patrol with Rho wing. Rho wing will be relieved by Tau wing, accompanied by the GVC Estenu. At the conclusion of your watch, you will be relieved by Upsilon wing. At this time, the Shepans have still not detected our presence in the Marniac system. We must sustain that deception for as long as possible to establish a viable beachhead in Marniac. The Shepans will undoubtedly eventually decide to investigate why their freighter convoys are not returning, and their investigation must not succeed before we are ready. Your orders are simple: Sigma Wing. Destroy every Shepan vessel, whether fighter or freighter, that enters the field of engagement. Let none escape. If the Shepans decide to attack our position, protect the Nerendum and the Tacitor at all costs. Our ability to explore Marniac and the systems beyond could be decided by the outcome of this mission. How did that jump compare to your last one, Sigma?
Much better, Nerendum. Your modifications to the Naezye have significantly lessened the disruption. I am almost disappointed. I took some anti-nausea medication before I launched, that I might perhaps enjoy the experience. Perhaps I shall ride one of the Terran roaming coaster devices when next I take shore leave.
Sigma, Rho Wing has been assigned to guard the Hearthenite. Take up positions near them, but stand ready to engage any Shepan ship that approaches. A Shepan freighter convoy has arrived. Pilots, stay close to us as we engage the freighters. Our flak guns will provide cover.
You fight like a wizard.
I recall the Ishman fighter being far less durable in the Capella training simulations. The Shepans must have made improvements to the design. The escort fighters are down. Pilots, continue your attack.
Breaking to attack. Commencing attack on your target.
Affirmative. We will destroy your target. Well done. All Sheevan vessels have been eliminated. That engagement was resolved most satisfactorily. Have all the patrols proceeded this smoothly, Artemis? For the most part, they have Sigma 4. No Sheevan convoy that has approached the naezje has survived to escape.
It is well that we have the Harthanet to assist us. I do not relish attacking enemy forces without adequate cover.
Even so, we are fortunate in that the system seems to be minimally defended. We have not yet encountered any Sheevan vessels of cruiser class or higher. That cannot last long. The presence of Sheevan fighters in this system would seem to require, at the very least, a corvette equipped with a fighter bay. Indeed, which is why it is vital that the naezje be fully repaired as soon as possible. Sheevan bombers have arrived. Pilots, engage them at your discretion. By your command, if the bombers were hoping to neutralize any threats in the area, they chose their arrival coordinates poorly. This indicates that we have successfully prevented the Sheevans from communicating intelligence about our activities in this area. Outstanding work, Tessiter. Has been destroyed. You may relax, pilots, but remain alert for additional contacts.
By your command.
The subspace portal is beginning to stabilize, pilots. The Astenyu under escort will arrive momentarily. Rowing, you are cleared for departure.
Rowing departing.
Alert, the naezje.
Lambda Wing has reached the Monarch system, setting course for the drop zone. Demolition pattern Delta. Remote detonation power-up sequence initiated.
What in the 7th ring of fire is this?
This is Commodore level of the GTC Palace, GVTI. Under Section 5 of the GVTA Security Act, Antares Convention, I hereby assume command of this operation.
By the Emperor, this is intolerable. What is the meaning of this? Where is the Astenyu?
The Astenyu remains in Beta Cygni.
That is plainly obvious. How dare you deny us access to this system when we have only begun to explore it?
Hold your peace, Vasudan. We do not intend to demolish the naezje any more than you do. However, the Security Council requires us to prepare for the very real possibility that the Sheevans may overrun our position and gain control of the subspace portal. If that happens, we must destroy it lest we unleash another Sheevan invasion.
That is a sensible precaution, but your lack of advance notification reflects poorly on the GVTI. Not only that, you could have destabilized the jump corridor entirely by bringing so much mass through at once.
We are more concerned about safeguarding the GVTA core systems than we are about keeping all our diplomatic ducks in a row, Vasudan. I apologize for any lapse in communications, but it was necessary to establish a GVTI presence in this system as quickly as possible, and we calculated that there was enough of a safety margin in your mess estimates to stretch the limit a bit.
Your haphazard deployment is excusable in light of the circumstances. The Terran and her accompanying ships accept your apology. Take evasive action, pilot.
Enemy target is behind you.
Formidable. Commodore Global, I am not familiar with your class of vessel. Is this a restricted deployment craft?
Only temporarily. This is a Hyperion-class cruiser, the Terran fleet's next-generation defensive warship. They're technically still in the eval stage, but we expect production runs to begin very soon. This particular vessel is one of only 3 attached to GVTI, but we judged your situation important enough to deploy it to the Marniac system.
Formidable. We appreciate the GVTI's generosity and support of our operations.
Thank you, sir. I'll be sure to pass that along to GVTI Command.
Enemy presence detected.
Aquarius is targeting Meson 2. Pilots, we need all 3 warheads intact to provide satisfactory defense of the system.
Breaking to attack. Formidable.
Well done, pilots. That was a close one. Those bombs are very expensive to replace.
As you wish.
A second human freighter convoy has entered the area. The convoy is led by an unknown class of ship. Can you identify it, Commodore?
We can spare the time to scan it, pilot. Leave it to us. We'll take down that ship in short order.
By your command, engaging enemy. By your command. The second convoy has been destroyed. Excellent work, pilots. And we have some good news for you. The next naezje stabilisation cycle is moments away. I am relieved to hear that. I believe I have had enough excitement for one patrol today. The naezje is now stable enough for travel. Farewell, Sigma Wing. Sigma 1, you have been cleared to depart. Welcome back to Beta Cygni, Sigma. Though your patrol was more eventful than most, you persevered and allowed our battle group to continue to fortify our position in Marnak. Most importantly, you neutralized every ship and vessel that engaged our forces, allowing them to escape. The Emperor is most pleased with the continued success of our operation. GVTI's deployment of the GTC Palace was impetuous, discourteous, and disruptive, but not altogether unwelcome. The presence of a Hyperion-class cruiser, a state-of-the-art warship that has not yet been publicly acknowledged even in Terran systems, will improve our tactical profile significantly, providing additional insurance if and when a larger Sheevan force is sent to the Naezje. The involvement of GVTI will allow us to predict Sheevan strategies with a greater probability of success, and the placement of a meson bomb screen ensures that our core systems will be protected if the worst should come to pass. In the long term, the presence of the palace is not expected to substantially alter our plans. Though the GVC Estenu was preempted by the palace and its greater contingent, it will make the subspace jump to Marnak as soon as conditions allow. Dr. Raphah is currently working to verify GVTI's assertion that the subspace corridor was not unduly disrupted by the palace's expedition. Furthermore, we believe that Commodore Global is primarily concerned with maintaining our tactical superiority and providing combat leadership, and will not interfere with our scientific surveys or our repair efforts. We have no information on the unknown ship that arrived with the second convoy. It may have been a new class of freighter or an asteroid miner. Based on its armor rating, it seems doubtful that it could have been a warship. Whatever the case, the firepower of the GTC Palace proved more than a match for it. Sigma 1, your performance on recent sorties, particularly those into Marnak, has not gone unnoticed. Commander Baku has selected you for a special reconnaissance operation currently being planned into uncharted territory. You will be briefed on this within the next few days.